Looks like we are ready to rumble. We're shifting mindsets and shifting incomes. We're shifting mindsets and shifting incomes in 2 minutes or less. I'm going to re-up on my water. Welcome everybody to our 369 Financial Transformation. My name is Brian Bean. I'm excited as usual. If I had some music, I would play it, but I ain't set that up yet. All right, so we're going to get ready to rock and roll, man. I appreciate you guys for joining us. Again, we're going to talk strategy tonight for about 30 minutes, not sales, not hype. You know, we're going to teach you guys some real things that wealthy people do that just aren't taught in schools. And most people don't have to be salespeople to get rich. Most people that are rich and wealthy are not salespeople. They took some money and they grew some money. And they took some assets and they grew some assets. And that's what we talk about. If you don't want to talk money tonight and how to make your children have a legacy, then this is not going to be the live and this is not going to be the webinar for you. But if you care about your children and your grandchildren and you want to change the situation, you want to get ready to lock and load and hit share right now and give your people, give your following some value, you know, and let them know that they can get right back with you to learn these strategies. All right. So we're going to start in 2 minutes. Let's give this bad boy a chance to get up and running and we'll be right back. 2 minutes and counting. Just doing all my audio checks, doing all my video checks, making sure I'm not talking to myself. And we're going to make sure we start on time, which is usually about 9:03. And guys, go ahead and hit share. Comment. Let me know in the comments where you guys are from. And I'll go back and look later and see where I need to fly next. All right. Let me know. Be back. Peace. 1 second. Oh, I'm in that kind of mood. Everybody give me a minute. Y'all ever see the church finger? Like, we can't see you, ma'am. Don't worry. Just keep walking. You're invisible to me. You are invisible to me. If you would only take that big hat off, we really wouldn't see you, but it's okay. All right, guys, I'm in a good mood. We're going to have some fun tonight. Let's see who's in the building. I can't check the chat and stuff right now because I don't want to get distracted, but we're going to share my screen in a second. You won't have to worry about seeing me all night. Trust me. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And let's have some fun. So what are we talking about tonight? Well, we're talking about finances tonight. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. For those I've not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Brian Bean. I own a training company called Mentor to Millions, and I'm in partnership with a company called My Econ, and that stands for My Economy. We believe that if you worry about your economy, you don't have to focus on the economy. If your household is tight and you and your significant other and your children know about finances, then always remember when money dries up somewhere, it always rains somewhere else. When the economy is terrible, it's only terrible for some people. It depends on where the money actually went. So what we do is teach you how to get on the other side of money using strategies, not sales. Now, while this builds up, and while you go ahead and hit share and give your followers a lot of free value here, I want to explain something to you. The problem with most Americans is that they don't understand capitalism. They really don't. See, it's a lot of economic systems out here, but the one that you live in America is called capitalism. And capitalism demands one thing. If you are not educated on finances, capitalists take advantage of you. So our whole principle and concept was built around helping the 97% of the American population, those that struggle. We help them understand that there's a system you're in, and that's why you're struggling. you don't understand the rules that are being played against you. You see what I'm saying? What people do in this country is they confuse socialism with capitalism. And capitalists go, yes, as long as they think we're helping them, as long as they think the government is their friend, as long as they think the church is supposed to take care of them, as long as they think corporate America cares, as long as they think a pension is enough, as long as they think Social Security is a benefit, we got them. And then this is not some conspiracy or pessimistic webinar. I just want you to understand, capitalism says, look, I will capitalize on you if you're ignorant. So what I've done and what my partners have done and who introduced you to this webinar, and whoever the screen, the person that you're seeing this webinar on their wall or whatever, what they're trying to do is get you to see, wait a minute, socialism and capitalism are two different things. Give you guys a quick example. I want you to, if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. I'm gonna add communism so you guys can see where you fit and how you think, because your wealth all begins with how you think. Communism equals zero opportunity, right? Just put zero opportunity. In communism, there is no opportunity. Nothing exists in communism. There's no room for you to grow. The government doesn't care about you. Communism says you can't grow. The government controls everything and you don't have a snowball chance in hell. That's what communism is. Communism is like, China, the former Russia. That's communism. In other words, if you own a cow, right, the government takes your cow because they're more powerful. They milk the cow for all the assets, which is the milk. And then they sell the milk back to you, even though it was your cow. That's communism. Socialism is different. Socialism is Canada. Socialism is Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland. These are socialist countries. They say, you know what? For the better good of everybody, let's make everybody as equal as possible. So the theory is crime will go down because we're not fighting over money. The theory is if I have 8 cows and you have 2 cows, together we have 10. Because I'm gonna add my 2 to your 8, which gives you 10, 2 that you didn't have. And then you add your 8 to my 2, which brings me up to your level, but we all milk them together and put them in a barn together so we don't know the difference. See, that's socialism. You're not killing each other, you're not fighting. If everybody's equal and everybody making about the same amount of money, then we should all be cool. That's the theory. Capitalism says, you know what? I have a bull. You have a cow. If you don't mate your cow with my bull, I'll find another cow who will. And I'm gonna milk your cow for all I can get, and we're gonna sell the milk. And if you don't understand that I'm milking the cows, then that's up to you. But pretty soon you'll see that you're really just as equal as me with your cow. And just because I got a bull, I can't do nothing without your cow. You can't do nothing without my bull. But if you ignorant enough to think that because I have a bull, I'm better, then I'm capitalistic enough for you to stay ignorant. You see, so in other words, I'm going to sell all the milk myself and use you and your cow, keep you inferior, not knowing that you just as important as me. And together we're supposed to be selling all the milk. But capitalists won't tell you that. They'll tell you I sell the milk. You give me your cow and I make all the money. Now, Brian, what the hell do cows and bulls have to do with capitalism? Everything, because that's what's happening to most Americans. They don't even understand the system that they're in. They really think like socialists. Americans really think that your job cares. They really do. They don't really understand until it happens to you. Your job will cut you and replace you tomorrow. I'm not talking bad about a job. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying when you have a job, you're on a different side of the balance sheet. Your salary is an expense to a company. You see what I'm saying? So when they do their balance sheet, if they ever have to increase profits, the salaries are some of the first things that have to go. They're like, look, we're paying so-and-so too much. So-and-so is you. See, so if you have a job, you're on a different side of the balance sheet called the liabilities and the expenses. If they're trying to increase profits, they look at the liabilities and expenses and cut them, and cutting them is you. So your job really don't care as much as you think. They'll find a college kid to come in and do it for less. You know what I mean? You've been there 50 years. He's been here 2 days, but because of inflation, they'll mess around and have you train him, then pay him more because he got a degree and you got more experience. But guess what? We don't want to pay you your pension. Man, I can go all night, but that's capitalism. You got to think different. So there's nothing wrong with capitalism, right? I don't see any boats leaving this country, but I always like to set this up so you understand. We're going to talk strategy tonight, the rules of the wealthy, and how to survive in capitalism. So now you'll look at things different. You'll look at this sale a little bit different. You'll look at a commercial a little bit different. The timing of the commercial, the music in the commercial, the business side of you will start to come out, and now you can thrive in this country and not drown in this country. All right. So again, my name is Brian Bean, man. I didn't want to go off on a little rant, but I want to set that up first while I fly through these slides real quick and show you guys exactly what it means to get wealthy in this country, because you can do it. All right, let's make it happen. I'm gonna put my screen up here so you guys can see it. And then I'm gonna give you the rules of the wealthy, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to apply these rules. Okay, this is real simple. The first thing you have to understand is that there are two goals you have to have financially. All right, two goals. Number one is your current lifestyle and your future lifestyle. And you got to know that your current lifestyle is paid for by your labor, but your future lifestyle is paid for with your investments. I want you guys to write this down. If you aren't investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. Let me say this again. If you're not investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. And the reason I say that is because at some point, money has to work for you. You can't work for money the rest of your life. So the reason you're working right now, again, there's nothing wrong with work. I'm not bashing work. I'm just saying you got to pay the bills, keep the hounds off, right? You got a family. So your current lifestyle is what your labor does. But at some point, you're not going to want to work. And most people aren't hitting their future goal, their future lifestyle goal, which is traveling the world, kicking back, watching your children grow up. You know, don't miss another recital. Don't miss another game. You know, don't miss another practice. You know, I'm to the point in my life right now. My son plays AAU basketball, tournament basketball. I coach his flag football team. We real active because I put some things in place where now my future lifestyle and his are taken care of because of some of the things I'm going to show you. So you want, and some of the things that were taught to me. So I want you guys to understand, you got to have those goals. And one long term has to be money has to start working for your future. I'll explain that in a second. Now, there are 4 reasons most people aren't making it financially. There are 4 challenges, we like to call them. Okay. Number 1 challenge is inflation. Inflation is silent. Now, let me explain something to you. There's nothing wrong with inflation. It depends on what side you're on. There's nothing wrong with taxes. It depends on what side you're on. There's nothing wrong with debt. It depends on what side you're on. There's nothing wrong with big business. It depends on what side you're on. See, the 4 things I just mentioned, inflation, write these down. In fact, type these in the comments, not separately, put them all on one line. 4 challenges equal inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. Those are your 4 challenges. These 4 things keep you from hitting your goal because capitalism likes to put its thumb on you and say, hey, you got to overcome these 4 things first. But most people don't even know the 4 things exist. Or they know they exist, but they don't feel like they can overcome them. So again, inflation, number 1, taxes, number 2, debt, number 3, big business, number 4. Now watch this. The reason I say they aren't bad, let me prove it to you. The bad side of inflation is this. Gas goes up to $4, $3.75. Now you got the same $20 bill that you had 20 years ago. 20 years ago, 20 bucks filled up your car. It went all the way from E to F. 20 bucks, same president, same color, same paper. 20 bucks today will give you a quarter tank. What happened? Your $20 became 11, right? But it's the same 20. The face value is the same, but it's not going as far. That's inflation. The value of the dollar drops every day if you don't have something else pushing you up. And most people that have a job, when the value of the dollar drops, their salary actually drops. So most people are losing money every day. Now, let me show you how inflation is positive. You bought your house for $300,000. It sold for $420,000. Guess what that is? That's inflation, right? When you got it, the fair market value was somewhere. But when you sold it, the fair market value was somewhere else. See, inflation is not bad. It's where you are in that inflation. So I'm going to show you guys how to flip it strategically where these 4 things aren't as bad as you think. Taxes, the chainsaw massacre. Write this down, man. Inflation is the silent killer. Taxes are the chainsaw massacre. They just reach in and take your money. Now, what do I mean? Well, think about it for a minute. You got ad valorem tax. You got property tax. You got sales tax. right? You got income taxes. You got state taxes, local taxes, federal taxes, Social Security. Taxes take about a third of your money before you can do anything about it if you have a job. Again, there's nothing wrong with a job, but understand, a third of your money is gone. That means you work for the government first, and then you work for your employer second, and then you work for yourself third. A lot of times fourth, because then you got to pay the bank back too. So let's deal with the taxes. Why do most people not control the one tax that you can control? Your income taxes. You see, you decide how much you pay in income taxes. Most people don't know that. They give away a third of their money off the top in taxes to the government and say, look, pay me after I pay y'all. Wealthy people don't do that. It's not tax evasion. It's just that wealthy people pay themselves first, then pay the government after they finish with their business. But you got to have a business to finish. Number 3, debt. All right. Oh, I said I was going to tell you. Now, taxes. Okay, so we do need roads and paved roads, right? That's taxes. We do need firemen, right? That's taxes. We do need police officers, good police officers, right? That's taxes. We need government, or this world of ours are being total chaos. Now, we don't need too much government, but there's nothing wrong with taxes. For example, if you are investing in a municipal bond. All right. I'm not recommending investing. I don't have a license, but I'm just giving you an insight. If you got a municipal bond fund and your child can inherit your municipal bond fund, then guess what? You love to see tax dollars at work because it increases your municipal bond because you're paying for the city. You're paying for the curbs. You're paying for good streets. You're paying for good lights. All of that's done with municipal bonds, for example. Right? So these schools that are built in your community, municipal bonds build these schools. Well, if you're an investor in a municipal bond, then you're helping build the school and they owe you a rate of return. Taxes aren't bad, just depends on what side you're on. Let's keep moving. Debt. Whoo, interest. Man, think about it. You work for the government, they take a third. Then the banks, your credit cards, your student loans, your car note, your mortgage, you still haven't gotten paid yet. People say, I get paid Friday. I'm like, no, your bills get paid Friday. It went straight. I've been there. Broke as a joke. Bank account negative, everything red, right? Coming to your house, mail. They let you know you on overdraft. Man, I was so broke. I'm telling you, coming out of college, I can't even believe looking back that I put myself in that position. It's just miseducation. So now you owe credit cards and you owe student loans. Some of us are still paying our student loans and our children about to go to school. You're like, well, damn, I just finished. But we just think it's part of the cycle. So what happens now is when the government takes a third, the banks take the second third. And you wonder why we're struggling because you don't have but a third of your money and you work for it. So most people know you don't get paid Friday, but your bills will. Your bills will get paid this Friday. So you got to think about that a little different. Who's getting paid this week? The government and the banks or you? Now, interest is not a bad thing if you're collecting interest. You see, that's how capitalism works. Interest is not a bad thing if you put money into a fund that Microsoft is borrowing from, and then that fund has to pay you back. Okay, interest. Interest is not a bad thing if you got a mortgage bond and the mortgage industry is turning back around, real estate's turning back around. So guess what? They owe you interest because they're lending money that you gave them. Interest is not bad if you're on the receiving side of interest. You give me $10 and I give you back 15. You give me back $10 and I give you 100% rate of return and give you back 20. So you love interest in that regard. See, interest is good if you're the lender, also known as the investor. Interest is bad if you're the borrower and you get hit over the head. See, none of these things are challenges if you understand capitalism. Now, big business. Woo, big business. I'm not beating up on big business, but let's tell the truth. Every month is something for you to celebrate. In quotes, celebrate every month. Valentine's Day, Halloween, Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, spring break, back to school, New Year's Eve, Easter, prom, graduation. And then you got all your friends hitting you with their fundraisers in the middle. Then you got all your friends hitting you with their anniversaries in the middle. Then you got all your friends hitting you with their birthdays in the middle. Gift. And you're like, man, I don't want to look bad by not getting, a gift. I don't want to look bad by not supporting the graduation. So what happens is these holidays are strategically placed throughout the year So big business gets money all the time. And then we wonder why it's called big business. Easy. They got 1 billion people buying into their business. That's why it's called big business. So what we do is simple. We teach you strategy, real strategies that wealthy people do. And I'll show you now, not sales. See, sales are cool, but let me just make sure, let's be clear here. Give me a second. I want to make sure we keep this thing in context. Okay. Hold on. Okay. The reason I show people this, okay, there's nothing wrong with sales, but I like to tell people I did sales for like 15 years. And I'm telling you, I could stay motivated. I stayed hyped. I kept my people hyped. And I made 7 figures in sales. Here's the problem. Sales requires you to be able to accept the word no 20 times a day. Most people can't do that. Most people hate rejection. Sales requires you to have an outgoing personality. I have one, right? Most people don't. Sales requires you to have a good mentor. My mentors today, 2 of them are close to being billionaires, but I met them 22 years ago. I've had some great mentors, a lot of multimillionaires. Everybody don't have that fortune. Sales requires you to have a big network. Everybody can't do that. So why in the world does everybody think they can go out here and all of a sudden sell stuff? You get in some MLM where it's all hype and people in the room clapping and making noise. I get all that. I did it for 15 years. But you know what I learned? Everybody is not cut out for sales. But there's not a person watching this webinar that can't take some money, learn how to grow it, then take that money and learn how to grow it, and then take that money and then learn how to grow it. You got some people that make way less than you that are way wealthier because they take the little they have and they grow it with strategy. Where you selling all your life, weight loss pills, foreign exchange, girdles, long distance shakes, everything. I've done it. Made all this money while somebody can take $10,000, learn how to invest it, and make $4 million by the time they're 62. You know what I mean? It's just amazing. So what I tell people is I've been all over the world, man. I'm telling you, I've been to some of the nicest countries on the planet. You name it. Dubai, Monaco, Tahiti, Italy. And I've learned over the years as I travel the world that America is totally different. America teaches you first to give your money away. You see? And when I train, I tell people first, you got to get over that mindset that you're going to be a different person to get wealthy, a different person than you are today. So I created an organization called Extra Digit. And that just means we teach anybody. I don't care if you're a networker, a doctor, a lawyer, a school teacher, a single mom, single dad, ex-con, professor. I don't care who you are. If you want to grow your income with a strategy by 1 digit, we show you how to do it. Now, here's how. The first thing we want to do is simple. Get you to open up a business. Brian, I don't have a business. Well, yes, you do. Okay, you're looking at it. We show you right now, not $800, not $900, $34.95 begins your business. $34.95 a month, $1.17 a day. Now, the reason you need a business, I'm going to explain in a second, but everybody you know that's wealthy, I guarantee you a type of business is in their portfolio. You see, isn't it funny? Like we look up to Mark Zuckerberg. What does he have? He started a business. We look up to Larry Ellison. We look up to Bill Gates. We look up to, rest in peace, to Steve Jobs. We look up to all the sharks. We look up to Damon John. We look up to Oprah Winfrey, right? We look up to Bob Johnson. We look up to Michael Jordan. We look up to LeBron James. We look up to billionaire athletes. They made the money in sports, but the billions came with the business. The seed money came with athletics. The seed money came with Oprah's talk show. The business was Harpo Studio, old magazine, and now their own network. You see, the seed money came with Bob Johnson with BT and buying the rights to the network. But the billions came when he sold the business to Viacom. And then he owns the Bobcats and Charlotte and all that before he sold it. You see, so everybody we look up to at some point, they did some business. So let me ask you guys a question. When are you going to start doing some business? You got to learn the business is a very important part of it. So we introduce you to a business for $34.95. $34.95. Don't be like a lot of my broke friends. Brian, I can't, man, one more expense and I'm broke. It's not an expense. An expense is when money goes out, nothing comes back. An investment is when a little money goes out and brings way more back. It's just the old you still thinking that every dollar you spend is a dollar too much, which is why you don't have any dollars. You see? So what we do, $34.95 is your membership. It gives you the strategy, the education. It gives you the software, because you got to have software to implement your strategy. It gives you the system, right? The commission checks I'll show you, the reporting system, the website, everything we give you now that you're a business owner, and that leads to your success. Write that down, right? In the comments, you can put it all on one line. $34.95 equals strategy, that's education, software, that's implementation, the system, and the success. Strategy, software, system, success. Now, Brian, what's my business? Well, you're looking at it. You put people in a position to win financially. You don't have to be an advisor to do that. You're an educator. You use our webinars. You use our website. You use our conference calls. You use our audios. Use our Facebook group. Use our Facebook Live. Use social media. Introduce people to income shifting. Introduce people to our 369 financial transformation. I'm going to zip through it. But now you own a home-based business, just like if you were a piano instructor. Just like if you knew Spanish and you taught people a second language, right? You know how to play an instrument and you teach. I want you to tutor my son on how to play guitar. You're a tutor. You own a business. I pay you. You get paid for education financially. And it's probably the biggest market in the world. Now, the cool thing about the membership, guess what? It comes with discounted legal services. You ever needed to talk to an attorney? Discounted Legal is in here, right? Organization called Legal Club of America. It comes with tax preparation audit assistance. It comes with credit counseling. Then we have a spinoff if you want to improve your credit yourself. You can do what's called do-it-yourself credit restoration, right? And education. Now, it also comes with a cash flow manager, a mobile app that you download on your phone, because business begins with excellent record keeping. That's how you lower your taxes. It comes with software called a cash flow strategist. All of this for $34.95. The strategist helps you set your long-term financial goal. If you want to make $4 million, what would it take per month for you to land on $4 million? Then we educate you on not where to put it, but how the investments work. So collectively, you have $4 million, $800,000, $10,000, whatever you need by the time that you designate it. See, everybody's finances are different. So what works for me might not work for you. You might say, Brian, I need $8,000 a month and I'm happy. Well, perfect. Let's go get you $2,000 a week. Some of it's going to be investing. Some of it's going to be strategy. Some of it's going to be our bonus checks. Our membership has the privileges inside of all the things on the screen, including education to help you make it happen. For $34, man, please. You need to text the person right now who introduced you to this webinar. Whoever page you're looking at this on, they shared it for a reason. Text them $34.95 or inbox them the keyword $34.95, or call them right now and say, look, after this webinar, $34.95, I'm in. They're sharing this for a reason. You need to open up your business. Now, here's where it starts. The government said 10 years ago, 2005, 12 years ago, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck. Your refund comes from your wallet or purse. I'm about to prove to you that you're overpaying your taxes. Is what I'm doing. All right. For the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. So the IRS website, irs.gov, stated that most people are overpaying their taxes by $40 a week too much. Now, Brian Bean didn't make this up. This is irs.gov. Now, look what they told you to do. If the average refund is $40 a week too much, before I give you their advice, $40 a week is $160 a month. $160 a month is a little over $1,400 a year. Please tell me if you had $1,400 a year since you've been working and you were just putting that into an interest-bearing account, bringing you 8, 9, 12%. The extra 40 a week, the extra $160 a month. You know how much money you have right now if you weren't giving so much away? You see? Now the government on the same page says, look, you might be using the extra withholdings as a forced savings. called a refund check. Y'all know how we do. Refund time, tax time, I got refund coming back. But Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debt might be a better option. So the government is saying, look, instead of overpaying your taxes, why don't you get the money during the year? Don't get a refund. Get the money during the year, put that money to work, pay your debt off. Now you got more money coming back to you. It's called income shifting. That means instead of making deposits, you start making withdrawals from the bank, from the government, from the bank's interest. You start making withdrawals. What you're saying is, give me my interest back. Give me my tax dollars back. Some of y'all out here looking for second jobs in MLM companies, and you don't understand the money that you currently have is not being allocated properly. God won't bless you. The universe won't bless you with millions of dollars and you can't handle 1,000. But I'm not here to preach. So here's what you do. You create multiple streams of income. This is called alignment, right? You have to align your money. The problem with most people is that they got multiple puddles. They don't have multiple streams. They cut hair on the side. They in 2 MLM companies. They juggling both and not doing good in either one. Then they got a full-time job that they work. Then they got a military check. Then they got this, they got that, they got this, they got that. Those are puddles. There's nothing wrong with extra things, but when you create something that aligns together, you can focus and then you can increase all your streams. For example, we take the tax dollars that I just showed you, and let's say you save $450 a month in taxes. Again, one of our associates will show you how to lower your taxes. You got several ways to lower your taxes. Let's say you take $450 a month. Now we take the $450, and let's say you were paying a car note of $400. Just example. We're gonna take the $400 you were paying and take the new $450 that we got back from the government. We're gonna send the car people $950. Now your car note gone in 16 months instead of 50. You see? So you saved all kind of interest. You don't have a clue how much money you saved by not giving them the normal $400. Get they butts the $950 and be done and get your title. Now we take the new $950. Your current mortgage is $1,200, $1,100. We take the new $950 and the $1,100 and we send them $2,050. Now your mortgage gone in 9 years instead of 30. You have no idea how much 21 years of interest saved you until you use our software, and we'll show you, right? It comes with your $34.95. So now what's happening is you're excited. Debt is down, cash flow is up. You start teaching people. Now you got what's called business income, right? We have people that make $400 a week. That's extra, $1,600 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I've had $10,000 weeks. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you, you get to a point where now so many people are excited. You start earning bonuses and leverage off sharing education, not begging people to join a business. You see? See, in other words, to get wealthy, you have to do our business anyway. It's just whether or not you want to get paid for it. Whoo. Think about what I just said. It'll hit some of y'all later. To get wealthy, you have to do our business anyway. It's just whether or not you want to get paid. In other words, you got to lower your taxes. You got to lower your debt. You got to learn how to invest. Money has to work for you instead of you working for money. And you got to have a business. That's our business. Now, whether or not you want to get paid and learn how to do it, that's up to you. But to get wealthy, taxes and debt have to come down. Assets and interests have to go up, and they got to come to you. That's just wealth. I don't care who tell you anything different. That's what they're doing long term. And it all starts with a business for most people. So now you got your business dollars. You got your tax dollars. You got your debt coming back to you, interest coming back to you. Then you got your expenses that are down. So money's coming back to you. Then you're showing people how you created that success with strategy, and more money's coming to you. Now you got 5 income streams and not 5 baby puddles. Just a wealth principle that we teach. Okay, so you need multiple streams to fight poverty. You don't need all these puddles that have nothing to do with each other. Very, very, very important. All right, so with that being said, let me show you the business income. So now you understand strategy. We snowball your way to wealth. Now, business income is simple. We have several business partners all over the country that get checks every single week, checks every single month. Here's how. We'll show you how to earn a $25 bonus on everybody that's referred in your organization and every membership, because the referral is a membership. The memberships are $34.95. So you earn $25, whether you know a lot of these guys or not. So for example, I'm the youngest of four. I have a brother in Atlanta. I got one in California. My sister lives in Tennessee. So I tell my brother and sister, and they say, man, I love this membership. $34 a month. We need to learn. Everybody should learn this. I'm like, exactly. You earn $25 through infinity on people who join your organization. A lot of times most of the times you had nothing to do with it. That's why I told you guys, I've actually had 5-figure weeks. That's my son back when he was like 9 years old. I think younger than that. Now he's like 13. But like years ago, the company rewarded me for being the first to have a 5-figure week. And that's because now people are starting to get it. They're starting to catch on. Wait a minute. I don't have to sell. I don't have to get out here and stay hyped and motivated and join some MLM. And I'm going to have to join 2 more in 2 weeks. I can strategize my way to wealth. I can listen to people that's already doing it. And I don't have to break my neck and learn how to sell to be successful. Now, here's the cool thing. We also have residual income. Off every $34.95 membership, you also can earn $3, $5, or $8 per month off each $34.95. So here's the key. And this is where a lot of you guys are going to get lost. You get these weekly checks. I don't care if it's $100 a week. That's $400 a month. I don't care if it's $800 a month, whatever. You get these weekly checks. You get these residual checks because your group is starting to mature. And here's where some of you guys are going to get lost. You're going to say, man, that sounds like one of them pyramid things. That's what you're going to say, because that's the old you. You've been conditioned. Your mom taught you that. Your grandparents taught you that. It's pyramid. You've done some network marketing before, so you think it's all the same. And you know what's funny? I'm going to show you how you don't understand the difference with leverage. Wealthy people understand leverage. Here's what broke people do. If I have a room of 100 people, 100 chairs, and there are 100 people in the room, leverage is, hey guys, help me out. We got to clear the room out. Let's all grab one chair and we out of here in 60 seconds. Everybody like, cool, let's go. We got to get out of here. Let me say what people do when it comes to money. They do leverage like this. No. I want to work for every dime. I'm a man. I'm going to do it myself. And here's what you're doing. Hey fellas, y'all go ahead. I'm going to get all 100 chairs myself. Now you got people going, look, Brian, let me help you. We can get out of here faster. It's 100 men, 100 chairs. Let's each get one. No. I got it. People gonna look at you like, you just like to work, huh? You just don't understand we can all work as a team and get the job done. See, broke people only understand leverage when it comes to work. They don't understand leverage when it comes to money. You see, if it comes to work, you understand. Let's get 100 chairs, 100 people. Let's get it done. I ain't got time to be hurting my back all night. But when it comes to money, oh, no, man, I ain't telling nobody about this. I don't want to get paid. It's because you've been taught in capitalism, you've been taught to hate leverage. And they got you. It works. They got you. That's why most people don't understand leverage. But guess what? Most people are being leveraged every day. And they hate leverage. You understand? Look, most people are being leveraged every day, but then they hate leverage. Look, you either learn how to leverage or you're being leveraged. You're either one or the other. So with that being said, let me conclude with this. $34.95 allows you to learn the capitalism game. $34.95 allows you to learn 369. Within 3 days, we're going to help you increase your cash flow, right? I'm not saying you're not going to get rich, of course. You didn't get where you are in 3 days, so we're not going to get you out in 3 days. What I'm saying is within 3 days, we'll show you how to lower your taxes, train you on how to adjust your W-4, train you on how good record keeping works. That's within 3 days. Within 6 weeks or less, we're going to start getting you some business income because you're going to teach people what you did in 3 days. So now you got bonuses coming in and a residual check that's slowly growing. You're not going to get rich overnight, but you got another income stream. Now, within 9 months, we're going to show you how to start investing. So you don't jump out there head first. And we don't recommend investments. We just teach you how investments work. Write this down in your notes. We teach you 2 things in my econ: terminology and perspective. If you learn investment terminology, you're ahead of 90% of the population. Most people don't even know the difference between a bill and a bond and a note. Okay? People don't understand why you call your bills bills. Light bill, gas bill, water bill. It's because something you've been taught. But you have a car note. You don't say car bill and you don't say light note. There's a reason, because a note and a bill are 2 separate things. So people don't understand mortgage bonds and treasury bills. People don't understand IPO and pre-IPO and secondary market. People don't understand real assets versus cash equivalents. It's all terminology. It ain't hard. It's just that capitalism got you thinking it's scary. So they say, you know, don't look at it. So you go, I don't want to learn that stuff. And next thing you know, you're working for the rest of your life. So within 9 months, you got to start learning the investment game so you can start creating assets. So here's what I want you guys to do. Get with the person who shared this video on their screen, or get with the person that introduced you via phone, or get with the person that texts you and just say, look, $34.95. I'm in. I don't need to know that. I don't need anything else. The man said it's $1.17 a day. What do I have to lose? Because most of y'all gonna blow that anyway on 3 months worth of Netflix, right? It makes somebody else's asset grow instead of your own. So text the person, inbox the person, or call the person and share this video. Continue to hit share, 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 because it all leads back to you. And $34.95 is all you need to open up your own business. All right. Just as I conclude here, I'll show you guys the very last slide so you can see what you actually get in the $34.95 one more time. All right. And at the conclusion, I'm doing a big event this month. You guys know about, don't worry about that right now. Those that know already know. And this is what you get on the slide here. All right. So $34.95 a month gets you all of this, all the software, all the strategy, all the success, the legal membership, the audit, tax and audit preparation training. Oh, I didn't tell you about the identity theft, only the #1 crime in America. And you get a business for $34.95. So I highly recommend you guys text the person who introduced you to this webinar, inbox the person who introduced you, text them and type in $34.95. At that point, they know exactly what to do. All right. My name is Brian Bean. I'll see you guys in the magazines. I'll let you guys know when I'm doing another webinar. I usually do at least one a week over the next 4 weeks. I'll keep you guys posted. God bless. I'll see you in the magazines. Shift your mindset, shift your income. Good night.